everybody, this is Kevin at Ken Sewing Center. Today I want to talk to you about all the Brother walking feet. There's so many accessories that Brother makes that to enhance your sewing machine, enhance your quilting experience. There's one thing to have a sewing machine, but what can you do with it? There's so many different optional accessories and attachments available that Brother makes for their machines, and they make one of the most extensive line of quilting attachments that's on the market. So today I just want to give you a brief overview of all the different walking feet, what they're used for, some accessories that goes with them, and how you can use them with your sewing machine. The first thing you want to look at on our website, if you'll go to our website, I do have the ability for you to download this accessory catalog. On all our presser feet, we have different tabs that you can tab over, and there's this free catalog here that will give you all the different accessories that Brother makes. Now, we will carry, when Brother gets a new accessory, we automatically get those. If you have questions on what accessory works with your machine, you can always give us a call. We'll be very happy to help you anytime. That's what we're here for. We carry all the Brother models, but we also carry all the accessories, and we have product knowledge behind all of these accessories to be able to help you. So all you need to do when you give us a call, let us know what model that you have and what that you're wanting to do. Because you'll find with sewing machines, there's a lot of generic terms I've seen even different manufacturers use to describe the same attachment or presser foot. So for the different application that you're working with, you may need just one, or you may need more than one to achieve what you're wanting to do. In this video, I want to talk to you and explain all the different walking feet that Brother makes that really will allow you to do a lot of other things, quilting, garment construction, and sewing on heavier materials. Now, what is a walking foot? Now, a walking foot gives us the ability to work with the feed dog just built into our machine. Everybody has a set of feed dogs that's feeding that fabric through. Some fabrics cause a problem, whether they be spongy like a quilt, where you have your bottom and then you have your batting and you have the top. It's spongy, so as the needles penetrating the garment, it may shift on you left or right, and your stitching may not come out looking correct. Another thing that a walking foot will do for you if you're working with a piece of material that is a real slick finish like a vinyl, even working with garment grade leather can cause a problem because leather can be slick. Well, the walking foot is going to have a set of feed dogs right here in the white that you see, and that feed dog is working in the same ratio as the feed dogs into your machine. This is going to go right over your needle bar, so as where the needle's moving up and down, that walking foot is going to be moving up and down. Now, Brother makes more than one walking foot, so don't let it confuse you with all the attachments. We're here to help you. All you have to do is pick up the phone, give us a call. We field thousands and thousands of emails every year wanting to know, is this foot compatible with our machine? We want to make sure that you get what's going to work with your machine, so we're glad to answer those questions for you. We'd lots rather you ask the question and we get the right product to you than you order something and you have to return it and then we exchange it for you. That way you can be sewing and not waiting on that part or accessory to come to you. Now, this foot here is probably the most popular walking foot that Brother's ever made. It's called the SA 140. It's a low shank walking foot. Now, all the Brother walking feet are low shank. Now, you want to look in your manual if you don't know what the difference in low and high shank is. There's a lot of good information online. We have some videos. We also have a little diagram on our website that'll talk about the difference in low and high. But basically, where this screws onto your presser foot bar, the orientation or the position of that on a high shank will be higher up. So if you try to put this foot onto a high shank machine, you're going to have a little bit of space underneath here. It's not going to come and flush to your needle plate. So Brother has thought of that, and most of the Brother machines will come with the adapter to allow you to use that. Now, this is the SA 131. This is the low shank adapter. Most of the machines that are high shank will come with this. If you own a low shank machine, you don't need this. It won't come with it. You don't need to worry about purchasing it, but it's going to allow you to be able to use any low shank attachment on your machine. So feel free if you don't have that. We have a lot of customers that accidentally lose those. I've lost every presser foot you can think that come with machines that they just drop, and it happens. But we got you covered. We can help you with that. So if you're using the walking foot, you'll actually screw onto your presser foot bar here. and then this lever here goes right over the needle bar. So as the needle's moving up and down, this is going to move the walking foot. Now you'll notice there's a little hole right here. And what's that for? Well, there's another attachment you can get to go with it. It's called the SA-132. It's the quilt bar. Now the quilt bar will slide right in here, and I can get a seam allowance and measure off from the sole of my foot here and get a certain needle seam allowance. So this makes the best of both worlds. Now I'm able to have a seam guide that I can use with the walking foot. Now this particular guide, most of the snap-on adapters that you use your snap-on feet, if you'll notice on the very back side of that adapter there's a hole. Well, that's what this is made for. It'll go in your snap-on adapter as well. So you can use it for regular stitching, and then you can also use it with the walking foot. A big majority of all the brother walking feet will have the ability for you to use the SA-132 quilt bar. Now, brother also makes a new foot. It's called the SA-188. It's the open toe walking foot. You'll notice here, there's a lot of metal right around here on the SA-140. On the SA-188, this is open here, and there's also some red lines to help me see a little better the visibility. That's the number one reason. Brother listens to their customers. They listen to dealers as well, as we tell them things that customers are wanting, and they make attachments that's very useful. It just helps you enjoy your machine even more, and that's what we're all here for, is to help you find what is going to work for you and what you're going to have fun with and get the job done. But if you're doing applique work, or you just want to be able to see a lot better, right here, sometimes you do need the ability of having more metal touching your fabric here in the front, keeping the fabric flat. As that needle is coming down and penetrating the garment, you want the fabric flat. Well, there's times you're going to want this to be open if you're doing applique work, or just being able to see your stitching all along the way. So this is the SA-188. Now, brother also does make, for the mechanical models, the basic models, the SA-169. There's more than one of these out. There's right here, if you'll notice, this is a 5mm clearance. These two here are 7mm clearance. So if your model does 5mm and that's the max, you want to go with one of these walking feet. If your machine does 7mm, which is the big majority of all the brother models on the market, then you want to use either the SA-140 or the SA-188 walking foot. Now these will work on a 5mm model. You may want to keep that in mind in case you want to get a new machine down the road, because typically the walking feet are optional accessories, are a little pricier. You can use that, you're just not going to be able to utilize the full width here because of what the machine can do, the maximum stitch width that your machine can do. This one also will have the place for the seam guide. Now, brother also, as time has went on, the walking feet have kind of evolved, and now they make what's called the dynamic walking foot. You notice a big difference. There's metal. All this is metal. Everything about this particular walking foot is going to be metal. It is definitely a lot more durable. It's a little bit more pricier, but this foot will last you for many years to come. These feet here last a long time as well. Plastic versus metal, the metal one is constructed a little bit heavier. Now, the thing about the dynamic walking foot is there's additional soles that will come with the standard sole here that gives me all the metal touching my material, and then you get the open toe sole right here that has the greater visibility. You also, with this particular one, you can get the quilt bar, and it slides right in here, so you can utilize that for your seam allowance. So on the dynamic walking foot, which is SA-101, you can use the standard sole that comes with it and the open toe. Now, brother also has made other optional soles that will interface with the dynamic walking foot. So as time goes on, you can do even more with it. So that's another reason why you may want to invest in the dynamic walking foot, and you can get what's called the SA-215. This is the walking foot set. It's the interchangeable sole set for the dynamic walking foot. And what I'm going to get, this here is my stitch in the ditch guide. You that like to do the ditch quilting, this guide here allows me to keep my foot and keep a line in the ditch. That's what this long guide is right here. And then I also have the 1/4 inch foot, which is right here. If you'll notice the guide here on the right That gives me the 1/4 inch seam guide allowance, and then I have all the metal that's touching the fabric here in the front, so I can keep that fabric flat. And this interchanges with only the dynamic walking foot. So keep that in mind as you're looking on our website for all the different walking feet. The Ken Sewing Center is an authorized brother dealer. We will carry everything that's made for your machines. We have product knowledge behind all the different attachments. We have other videos talking about how all these presser feet work. We can help you find the right presser foot or attachment to make the job that you're doing so much easier, and you have a lot of fun.